G'day and welcome to another episode. My name is Daethstro, the Aussie Geek, and this is box 5 of 6 of the Yolopart mini-series Transformer kits. So yes, we have 2 left, but I do want to point something out that I've been mentioning a little bit. So if we put this aside for a moment, you might notice this red background-ish. So I've been saying a few times recently that I figured I needed a background to help focus things. So I've gone the craftsman / homemade version. This is decoration paper, just red decoration paper. Now, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's red decoration paper and it's currently got wrapped around my Kingdom Arc box. Now, you might ask, why Kingdom Arc? First one that came out the cupboard. Figured why not? And it's a good thing that it wasn't much bigger because I almost ran out of paper. It literally ran out as I was putting it in place. So with all that out of the way, we have 2 left. These were sitting more this way, but just to keep it center focused, I've decided to do this. All right, so let's get down to this. So we'll take this one, put it off to the side, and let's get her open. So we have our instructions and goodies. I'm clipping that because I noticed the lid was a bit open, so I don't want to see what it is until we pour it out. So who do we have? We has Megatron. Ooh, now, considering I know who the last box is, I'm surprised how this has turned out. So we has Megatron. Ooh, lovely. So I'll grab the instruction sheet just in case I absolutely need it, which it doesn't seem so. But I'm just noticing something that I'm also thinking my MP, so I'll have to point this out when I get to it. All right, so let's get this. Now, I don't know how effective this being red is going to help me with my focus, or it just means in time I'm going to need a new phone. We have gun detail, which, considering everything's gone tank for the longest time, yes, I am aware of the Studio 86 coming out as a tank. I still think it should have been a gun. I would like to think the community is wise enough to have handled the gun. Yes, it's still a toy that kids can get their hands on, but if it was with a $200 and $250 price tag, I can't see a lot of kids getting it. Plus, I would like to think that kids nowadays are a little bit more smarter, especially if they're collecting Transformers. But it is what it is. If I really want a G1 style Megatron that's not my masterpiece, I guess I'll just go to New Age. Honestly, I just wanted him for gun detail. Alright, so as usual, we need to figure out which one of these has the details, which is this one. So that goes onto there. And that one, if I put it the right way around, would be helpful. Goes on to there. I say make sure I put it the right way around, and I still put it the wrong way around. Hang on. Just my luck. Almost knocked everything off. Alright, so there we go. Alright, crutch. Piece. How are we... it's got side skirts. He's the only one that's got side skirts. I was going to say, I'm going to end up somehow breaking that, trying to put the legs on, but you just move the skirts out of the way. That's pretty handy. I'm glad they thought about that and make sure I'm putting the right leg on the right place. That's 1. That's 2. That's handy. That's very handy. Alright, we take our torso. Oh, actually, we might try attaching the arms. I'm pretty sure these point forward, which is, I won't lie, is partly what I'm thinking about when I just looked at the box, but we'll get to that in a second. We'll see if I'm right when I go get MP36 off my shelf. So that goes on there. No one didn't seem to go in as far, maybe. There we go. Alright, so arms. Alright, so we have specific detail here, so at least we know this one is our right arm and this is our left to make sure I've got the right way round. Torso. Tight. Okay. Back barrel. Just curious, which way does it tell me to put it? It tells me to put it that way. But I feel like it should be that way because that would be the front of the... Because Megatron's backpack piece is his gun. But there's two iron sights. I'd say this one. But part of me wants to say this. But probably should actually put the head on first. Where do you go? Alright, so put the head on. Well, that went on smooth. That's pretty movable. Maybe when they got to Optimus and Megs, or maybe when they started with them, they were all good with the head. Or maybe I just have some wonky heads. Like, not necessarily wonky, just very, very tight. All right, we'll put it this way just for the hay of it. I think that is a bit more display kind. All right, so we has hands. We has two pointy hands. We have two open hands and two fists. I know I keep using the open hands, but I admit I couldn't think of Megatron pointing unless he's telling Starscream to bugger off, but definitely need to go with a fist for the other one. So that goes on there. And of course, we can take our fusion cannon and point it whichever way you want. But of course, the proper way is throwing it on my table and plugging that in there. And there is Megatron. And he looks damn good. Don't mind me, that's more my tray than him. That's damn good. If I can get it to focus. I don't know. Let me know if you think my focus is just still a bit wonky, even with the red. That's a pretty damn good Megatron. I admit it's coming through more grey on my phone than what he is in person. He looks a lot more of a, I wouldn't say gunmetal grey because that's too dark, but he's not as white as my phone is picking up. He's more a darker grey. So maybe it's just my Skywarp thing all over again. So that can go out of the way. So, yeah, it's not too bad. We'll take all these extra hands, put them aside. I got all their other hands next to me, so that's absolutely brilliant. We don't get the tray no more. So there's Megatron. Yeah, he looks pretty damn good, even unfocused. Come on. I think I really do need to give my phone a wipe sooner rather than later. He does look really good. I really, 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 really enjoy the fact that he's so pretty G1 accurate. Like, I don't remember these details. But that looks really, really good. You know, I know these are basically Action Masters, but it looks damn good. Really, really loving it. I won't lie that I'll see if I can actually focus on his face. That does help some. I won't lie, it does help some. It doesn't require me to get my hand in the way. The red of his eyes is really nice. I know he probably is meant to look stoic, because of the way his mouth is, but it does give me a slight sort of smirk. I suppose I don't know, it's a ball joint, so if I do it like that, it does give him sort of a look. So, yeah, it's pretty good. I like that. All right, so let's do size comparison, and I just focused and then moved it. How smart is that to me? So head can do a full 360. Head looks up that far, looks down that far, and of course we have side to side. Arms, oh, that's tight. Can do a full 360. Goes out that far. Maybe if they didn't have this detail, it could go higher, but you can't have the hammer. I think it is the hammer mechanism missing on a G1 Megatron. It makes it look weird. Upper bicep has rotation, obviously, due to where it's pegged in. Elbow is fairly decent there, beyond 90 degrees. Wrist has rotation due to how it plugs in, but of course, we have no fingers or thumb. That's up to you to change how you wish. Pretty tight ab rotation. Obviously no ab crunch. And of course, we can use those lovely side skirts to get our leg out that far. Comes forward that far, because that, I would assume, doesn't move. Goes all the way back, so that's pretty nice. We do have the hip rotation due to where it's pegged in, and we also have the upper thigh rotation where the mushroom peg is. We have, wow, beyond 90 degrees of knee bend, and usually that only happens when we have double jointed knees, but he's got a lot of range in that knee. Wow, that's pretty impressive, honestly. I was going to say, maybe it's a pin, but I can't see it, so obviously it's probably in there. Is there a pin? No, that's just a reflection. So however they adhesed the leg together, which is nice, and I just noticed we have all this lovely detail on the inside. Obviously ball jointed ankle, so it gets that far, that far, that far, and that far. So yeah, articulation is pretty damn good. Exactly what you want from a Megatron. There was a concern I was going to have, and I might actually show it in when I do the size comparisons. So let's get on to that, I guess. Okay, so I'm thinking I might do these separately, because I've got a lot, and then I'll have to fiddle with my camera a bit. So let's start with the Autobots, just for the heck of it. Oh, my Optimus fell down. So there is Optimus. Then here we have Grimlock. And of course we have Bumblebee. So yeah, pretty decent sizes. I don't know if I dropped the camera a little bit. So, gone from the top of heads, and probably just the way I've got them standing. Prime's about the right, Grimlock's a bit small, and Bumblebee's a bit too big, but it is what they are. So that's those ones. And of course here we have him with Soundwave. Actually, we'll put Soundwave on this. We'll put Soundwave. My words get working on that side, and we'll put Starscream there. So, pretty right. So, before I do the final size comparison, this is what I was talking about. I'll lift the camera up a little bit more just so I can show it a bit, because it's part of the thing I'm glad they did. Right, with Megatron, due to where the fusion cannon attaches, you can rotate and lift, right? So it gives you a proper Megatron shot, right? Perfect. Absolutely brilliant way it should have been. I noticed this on my Starscream when I put him on the shelf. He can't do it. And I just remembered another articulation I haven't done either. So the null ray is in the right spot, but because this doesn't rotate, you can't get Starscream to point forward and lift it over his arm like Megatron does. Now, admittedly, you do more see Starscream shooting this way, but if you did want that on top, that's not really going to happen. So, yeah. Now, before I get to the last size comparison, like I said, the one articulation I just forgot about, because of those ball joints, he does kind of have a butterfly joint at his shoulders. When you get that out of the way, because I can't remember what I swear I keep forgetting to bring that up. So if I haven't, I've covered it. If I do, I've covered it. All right, so final size comparison, and I'm probably going to push the box back. Here he is with MP36. And push that back. Beg my pardon. Push that back a little bit. And actually, you know what? Let's give him the same pose, except I haven't got the right hand on for the other side. So we'll just rotate the hand a little bit. And I'll just lift her up a little bit more. So there is Megatron with the official masterpiece. Now, this is another thing I want to point out. So you have the hammer, right? See it here? And I was thinking, surely I'm seeing things. But if you have a look at the box, this is the one we haven't opened yet. His hammers are the wrong way around. And if I go for the instruction manual, I know this is little sort of pointless detail, but I just thought it was a bit funny because they have an animated version of Megatron, once again with the hammer, technically the right way, but not the way it's presented on the toy, but at least the actual shoulders on the instructions show you properly what angle they're supposed to focus. Just a small thing that I just noticed. Not important, but I just felt like mentioning it. So there we go. So we have one mystery box left. I am not going to reveal who that is. I will say, for those of you who know these model kits, these little model kits, you will know who, after I say that I have every single one and none of them are dupes, I will let you speculate which of the two that I have not shown that are on the box that I have. Let's see which of you, if you want to leave a comment, are actually right. So there we go. But if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, give me a thumbs down. I promise you it will not hurt my feelings. Subscribe, ring that bell, leave me a comment. And apart from that, thanks for watching. I'll catch you later.